Happy Monday. Thank you for joining me for this week's Unlocking the Magic of Leadership. Now, this week, we are going to continue with our theme last week that was all about unlocking your unique skills and qualities. And we're going to focus on growth mindset. And so when we think about a growth mindset, when we're looking at a situation, a growth mindset is we're looking at it in ways that we can grow. We are not locked into place. A non-growth mindset is we are locked into place. We are not changing. I believe what I believe, and there is nothing or nobody that can change my mind. We've had conversations with people that did not have a growth mindset. It can be infuriating. We don't want to be that person. So understanding when we're looking at a growth mindset, it's not that I'm going to believe everything that everybody's telling me. It's that I'm going to look at the world through a lens of possibility. What if? It reminds me of, I was having a conversation with a friend, and I was talking about all of the traveling that I do. And I said,
anytime I go into a new city, I always think, if I moved here, I would find new friends. I would find people that got me excited to hang out with them.
There's a world of relationships that is waiting to be built when we put ourselves in new situations. And I found that exciting. And my friend was like,
absolutely not. I have my friends. I don't need new friends. We're here.
Which there's nothing wrong with either side of those. Moving to a new area causes a lot of anxiety, but it helps showcase the difference between what are the possibilities or what is the challenge that I'm going to experience. So the very first piece to a growth mindset, adapting a growth mindset, is embracing challenges, looking at challenges as opportunities. How am I going to learn from this? Who am I going to be on the other side? What skill do I need to learn that I don't currently have? I always joke that y'all know that having my daughter was the best decision that we never made. She was a little bit of a surprise, not a little bit, she was a lot of a surprise. And when my husband and I found out that I was pregnant, we were excited and we were terrified. And now I joke that the reason why I became a mom is because the universe had been trying to teach me empathy for a really long time and I just wasn't getting it. And my daughter is definitely teaching me about empathy. When we have these moments, what is it that we can pull from it? In my worst time at Disney, when I had blew up my career, I knew at any minute I was going to get fired. I kept thinking, okay, this is that challenge. This is that piece that you will talk about later, that you will come out on the other side better. And in that 10 months, it was hard those last few months. But the reality is I did come out much better on the other side of that. And so considering embracing challenges when they come up. Now, the next piece is learning from criticism. We don't like criticism, y'all. We don't like it. But when it comes our way, what are those pieces that we can hear? I want to be clear. We don't take criticism from everybody, right? Occasionally, I will get comments on my videos that have nothing to do with me or the content. They are just straight criticisms, and some of them are kind of hateful. I don't take those because you know what? That person's not important. I don't know who they are, and they are hiding behind a name. That is not a valid criticism. But when I have a colleague, whether I like them or not, if they give me criticism, I'm going to hear it. And I'm going to think, what do I need to learn from this? What is something that can help me grow? Because we talked about it in the last video. We judge ourselves based on intent. Others judge us based on impact. The criticism, you're hearing your impact. And then you determine what it is that you're going to do with it. You don't take it. You don't own it, you don't put it on, you don't make it a part of yourself, but you determine what is it that I need to take from this. And it may be nothing, but when we hear it, we consider it, and we put the work into it to determine if it's something that we need to take. And then persist through setbacks. Setbacks and failures are a part of life, and we learn more from those moments than we do from everything going well. And so when you're thinking through when you have a setback, what is a way that you can show up in that moment to help you better understand what you are going to learn from it? There's a quote that if you've seen my Unlocking the Magic of Leadership keynote, you've heard this quote, and it's by Viktor Frankl, who was a survivor of the Holocaust, and he wrote the book, Man's Search for Meaning. And the quote is that between action and response, we have a choice. In our choice lies our response, and in our response lies our growth and our freedom. When we're going through setbacks, it's sitting in that space between action and reaction and determining who do I want to be on the other side of this, regardless of what's happening around me, and then showing up in a way that is true to you. All of these pieces are pieces of growth mindsets. Now, a growth mindset, it's a muscle. It's just like emotional intelligence. It's just like knowing what to talk about at parties and what not to talk about. All of these are muscles that we can build. First couple of times we do it, it's a little bit awkward, but then we figure out what works and what doesn't, and we keep moving forward. So take these 3 tips: embracing challenges, learning from criticism, and persisting through setbacks, and figure out, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to take? What are you going to discard? Pick the one thing that you want to focus on. And then have an absolutely amazing week of growing and learning. All right, y'all. That's it for this week. Have an absolutely amazing week. And don't forget, as always, you got this. I'll see you next week.